জয় গুরু গৌরাঙ্গ গান্ধর্বা গোবিন্দ সৌন্দর্য কি জয়। গুরু গৌরাঙ্গ রাধা মদন মোহন রাধা গিরিধারী কি জয়। জয় বিষ্ণুপাদ শ্রী ভক্তি রক্ষক শ্রী হরি গোস্বামী মহারাজ কি জয়। সমস্ত গুরুবর্গ কি জয়। সপার্শ্ব শ্রী ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত শাস্ত্রী গোস্বামী প্রভুপাদ কি জয়। রূপান গুরুবর্গ কি জয়। নামাচার্য শ্রী হরিদাস ঠাকুর কি জয়। অনন্ত কোটি বৈষ্ণব বৃন্দ কি জয়। সমস্ত ভক্ত বৃন্দ কি জয়। খোল করে তাল কি হরিনাম সংকীর্তন কি জয়। তুলসী মহারানী কি নিতাই গৌ প্রেমানন্দে। জয় assembled all Pidandipad Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, all world Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, all Vaishnava Association ki jai, Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha ki jai. He Deva Bhavantam Bande, He Deva Bhavantam Bande, Mano Manasha Mathukara Mor Payani Chapada পঙ্কজ মকরন্ধে। হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে যদ্যপি সমাধিষু বিধিরপি পশ্যতি ন তব নখাগ্রমরীচি। যদ্যপি সমাধিষু বিধিরপি পশ্যতি ন তব নখাগ্রমরীচি। ইদমিচ্ছামি নিসম্মতবাচ্যুত কৃপাদ্ভুত বীচিম। ইদমিচ্ছামি নিসম্মতবাচ্যুত তদপি কৃপাদ্ভুত বীচিম। হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে, হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে ভক্তিরুদাঞ্চতি যদ্যপি মাধব ন তৈ মম তিলমাত্রি। ভক্তিরুদাঞ্চতি যদ্যপি মাধব ন তৈ মম তিলমাত্রি। পরমেশ্বরতা তদপি তবাধিক দুর্ঘট ঘটন বিধাত্রী। পরমেশ্বরতা তদপি তবাধিক দুর্ঘট ঘটন বিধাত্রী। হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে, হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে। অয়মবিলোল তয়াদ্য সনাতন কলিতাদ্ভুত রস ভার। অয়মবিলোল তয়াদ্য সনাতন কলিতাদ্ভুত রস ভারম। নিবসতু নিত্য মিহামৃত নিন্দিনী বৃন্দান মধুরিম সারম। নিবসতু নিত্য মিহামৃত নিন্দিনী বৃন্দান মধুরিম সারম। হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে, হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে। মনো মানস মথুকর মর পয় নিজ পদ পঙ্কজ মকরন্দে। মনো মানস মথুকর অর্পয় নিজ পদ পঙ্কজ মকরন্দে। হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে, হে দেব ভবন্তং বন্দে। শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শিবাসাদি গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ। শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শিবাসাদি গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ। হরে কৃষ্ণ Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande.
Thank you very much. Very nice song from Rupa Goswami. Could you tell us a little bit of the meaning of the song so everyone can understand?
Yes. You can also, it is Rupa Goswami's path, Krishna Bandana. He is prayer to Krishna, and it is so nice. He's saying, He Deva Bhavantang Bande. He Deva means hey Krishna. Krishna Deva. Deva means no other demigods. He Deva Bhavantang Bande. So Krishna is the Deva here. Supreme Lord Krishna is the Deva here. I'm giving my obeisances or pranam, dandavat pranam to you, O Lord Krishna. And I want Manomanusha Madhukara Arpaya Nija Pada Pankaja Makarande. Rupa Goswami is saying, your Pad Padma is like a lotus, Pada Pankaja. So I want that you take my mind is like a bee, that my mind will be there in your lotus feet, the Pad Pankaj. Bees are going to some flower. So Rupa Goswami is saying, my mind be will go to you, that I am praying to you. Or you take my mind there in your lotus feet. Arpayo. So in this he praying, and then he's saying Bhakti Yaddapi Samadhishu Vidhirapi na Pashyati. Even Vidhi means Brahma. By his Samadhi, he cannot see the light, so power of light of your toenail. So Yaddapi Vidhirapi Manokhagra Morichim. Then Yaddapi Samadhishu Vidhirapi Pashyati no tavana khagramarichim idamichami nishammatavachyuta kripadbhuta bichim. So he not seeing by his samadhi, then I am where I am. I'm a small person. Then I am desiring, and I am desiring by knowing that you have some type of an extraordinary merciful power, merciful glance we have. By your mercy, it will be possible that I can be able to see that. And then he's saying, Bhakti rudanchati yaddapi madhava no toi mama tila matri. About my devotion, if you ask, I have a small portion, assists me of devotion. I have no devotion, so I'm lacking that. But I have not dropped in devotion, so bhakti jatima not itilama, but again, jaddapi bhakti rudanchati jaddapi madhava na tai mama tila matri paramesharata tadapi tavadhika durghata ghatana vidhatri. Again, same like the first. Your paramasharata, your lordship is like that. It's so powerful that if you want, everything is possible. By a durghata ghatana, what not impossible can be possible by your mercy or your power. So you can do anything. So I have no bhakti, but I'm thinking that it be possible only if you desire it, if you want to give your mercy, then it will be possible. So in this Rupa very humbly praying, and it's our song actually, and again, that you are Ayama Bilatva Sanatana, you are Sanatan, and Ayama Bilatva Sanatana, and your feet is nectar, and I want Tvayadda Sanatana, Kalitadhuta Rasabhara, Niboshato Nitya Mihamrita Nindini. Oh, your feet is more than nectar. Amrita Nindini, Amrita nectar, but it's more than nectar. Amrit ki ninda kare, Amrit nectar become powerless, less than your feet. So I want always my mind, Niboshutu Nittang, Mihamrita Nindini. I want my mind will stay eternally there, Nittang, always there, in your lotus feet, which is more than nectar. So in this way, Rupa Goswami path, praying, and it is actually our prayer also. And what to say, Krishna, Rupa Goswami telling us that when we are giving obeisances or pranam, and we shall say this only. This is our prayer, that my mind is going here and there. No. My mind will go to your feet. That are my prayer to you. This is Rupa Goswami. So our Guru Varga, sometime in a meeting, requesting me sometimes to sing this song. So remembering my Guru Varga's order, I selected this song to also. Hare Krishna. Jai. But the meaning, I say, I don't know so much English. You can read more somewhere. That's what I understand, I told you. Hare Bol.
Thank you very much. Very
Hare
wonderful.
Krishna.
So today we are in our monthly World Vaishnava Association meeting, Vishwa Vaishnava Rakshava, for the month of November. Last time we had a very wonderful meeting in Kartik Brat, remembering the Kartik Brat Lila, Damodar Lila, and also the situation of the devotees in Bangladesh at that time. So from the General Office of the World Vaishnava Association, I would like to let you know the different secretaries we have keeping contact from different countries, like Panchatattva Prabhu in Peru, Rasalila Devi in France, also Janavi Mataji from Russia, but now she's in Vrindavan. Also, some other devotees from Russia are helping us. And so we are also organize a little bit our YouTube channel from World Vaishnava Association, where actually you can find very wonderful videos Also, you can check the videos of these meetings that are going on there. You can check them if you want to hear some Harikatha from a specific Vaishnava or the general meeting, or if you want to see like historical videos. We have also videos from 1994 when the World Vaishnava Association had the first meeting with Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj and other Vaishnavas at that time in Vrindavan, also with Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. And also there are some videos of interviews made to our Guru Varga, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, and different very nice material that we can have and hear from our Gaudya Math Vaishnavas. So you are all invited to check those videos, and also you are invited to like the different Facebook pages and web pages of World Vaishnava Association and Vishva Vaishnava Rakshava that we have. Web pages and Facebook pages. You are invited to like them and to share all the nectar that the devotees are constantly sharing there. Also in Spanish, in French, in Russian, and English. Also, our Govinda Prabhu, Adi Govinda Prabhu, registered the World Vaishnava Association in Armenia, and he got the permission for World Vaishnava Association to get some land in Armenia. And with Bhaktivedanta Govinda Maharaj also going on the project of register World Vishva Vaishnava Rakshava in different countries around the world. So things are going on. Also, we heard last time from our Paramananda Prabhu from Prapana ashram, from Jaishri Guru Mata, how wonderful they are making the monthly magazine of Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta until his 150 appearance day, and different activities. Also, the Bagbajar Gaudya Math is doing some activities on behalf of this celebration. They are also planning to come to Germany because also that was part of the mission of Prabhupada when he sent Srila Bhakti Hridoy Bon Maharaj to come to preach in Germany and England. So many wonderful things are going on in the Vaishnava world, and we are feeling so happy to be able to share all this nectar. And just to clarify, maybe later Bhaktivedanta Govinda Maharaj can also talk to us about the meeting will go on next month. Devotees like Adi Govinda Prabhu actually came from Russia to Vrindavan. He's right now there to be part of the meeting in Jaipur. This is a historical meeting where all the Vaishnavas, the Gaudyas and other Vaishnavas are getting together in the remembrance of Baladeva Vidyabhushan Prabhu. So we are also very happy to be part of these historical things that are happening. And also our Bhaktivichar Vishnu Maharaj Acharya from Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math will be part of there. And as part of the organization, Harichandan Prabhu is also connected here in Vrindavan. He is also being part of this important movement, no? And so our request for all of you in general is you please try to share this knowledge, these invitations, these beautiful news that our Gaudiya family are doing, the different devotees are working very hard, giving their souls, their energy, their spirit, to try to expand the holy name of Krishna in this time of crisis and this time of Kali Yuga, where at least here in the West, it has been almost not possible to live freely because the corona restrictions. But so we must share all the nectar that is going on. So you please invite the devotees from your community, invite your disciples to be part of it, invite the Vaishnavas, friends, everyone to join and to make more happy news of our Gaudya community. And we see that we are actually rounded from wonderful people that are expanding the holy name of Lord Chaitanya. So this is just like a resume of the things that have been during this month and what we have here. So the topic for today's meeting is the Rasa Purnima that we just had last weekend uh, for the end of the Kartik month, Kartik Brata, and also one topic that sometimes have come to the different Vaishnavas, devotees from different mats, mostly in the West, sometimes because different mats have different songs in the morning or different ordering small things, then maybe some sectarianism can come on, thinking why these differences are coming, or my mat has the truth or something like this. Then we are here with full of Vaishnavas from different mats, different spiritual families, different acharyas, and we have also here our great acharyas, our vice president, Srila Bhakti Prapana Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Alok Paramaditi Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Govinda Maharaj, and many others that can give us a beautiful explanation uh, of of where this difference is coming from and what is the essence of our spiritual practice in sadhana. So the two main topics are
Yes.
Rasa Purnima and what
Yes.
is the difference of the sadhana of our Gaudiya mat, to not
Okay.
make like deep differences, not discriminatory, not sectarian. But also this is just suggestions. You can actually give some explanation of whatever you think is important that the devotees know, and also share some new news you think are important that the devotees know. Like last time you introduced the topic of Bangladesh, was very nice, very appointed at that moment.
Yes. Sir. Okay. I shall try to something. Bande ahang Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalang Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Sagrajatang Sahagana Raghunatha Nitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savasutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha Mancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanang Pavanibho Vaishnavibho Namo Namaha. So, I'm giving my Dandavat Pranati to my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Devasai Maharaj, to my all Guru Vargas, and here the assembled Vaishnava Acharya, Tindadipat, and all Bhakta Vrinda, Vaishnava Vrinda, my obeisances, Dandavat, as appropriate. So today some discussion. I'm happy that you invite me, and I'm try to say something, what I can read something about this, the different of opinion sometimes in us about our sadhan, process of sadhan. So it is a very well known, it is in Mahabharata, it is told when the question, the Yudhishthira Maharaj answered the question that Jamraj wanted to know. So in this matter, I have very nice, I shall try to give some about that path. What is our path? What to follow? Because we see in that sloka saying, Veda vivinna sita vivinna nasur munijasya matang na vinnam dharmasya tattang nihitam guhyang mahajano jana gatusya pantha. That many scriptures are different, Veda is different, the sages, saints are different, they are not same. There are different idea, different opinion. And Dharmasya Tattvam Gihitam Noha, the path or truth, it look like it is in the cave of some mountain. And we are ordinary person, how we shall know, how we shall get it? So Yudhishthira replied that Mahajano Jana Gatusha Pantha. We have to find what to know, what to, a few days ago, some question came like this. Sometimes we are some mott shaping in Purnima, some mott in Dadashi, some mott in Ekadashi. So different, same our Gaudya mott also. But somebody asking me, what do you write? Then I say, answer is that, Mahajana Jana Gatasya Pant. We are following Mahajana. Whom I am following, what he show me, I shall do that. So in this way, I can read that Mahabharata, very nice. Yudhishthira Maharaj reveals location of hidden treasure. So I can read it. In the Mahabharata, when Yudhishthira Maharaj, during his exile in the jungle, accepted the challenge of answering the 100 questions posed by the lake bird, was actually Lord Jamaraj disguised, in order that his 4 brothers, apparently dead from defying the bird's order and drinking the water of the lake, might be brought back to life, and luckily for us, give much benefit to posterity. 4 of the questions were very crucial. What is the first question is, what is the news? And the second, what is the most astonishing? And another one is, who is happy? And another one is, what is the truth or what is the path? So our actually discussion, what is the path? What is we are see so many different ideas, what is the path or what is the truth? Where is the truth? So this is our discussion, but I can, in short, I shall try to read that other 3 questions. What is the news of the world? What is the most astonishing? And who is happy? And then I shall try to read or discuss what is truth. Where is the truth? What is the real path? The news, he answered, is in a nutshell that Maya's sanskar has full sway in this world. In the words of Srila Siddhartha Goswami Maharaj, at every moment, everything here is entering the jaws of death. Yudhishthira elaborated, the world is the cooking pot. The days and nights are the fuel. The jiva soul are all being cooked. And Jamraj is the master chief. So, the most amazing, this is the first news that, again I am saying, that the world is a cooking pot. The days and nights are the fuel. The jiva soul are all being cooked. and Jamraj is the master chief. So this is the news of the world. Yudhishthira Maharaj replied, and Jamraj was satisfied. And the most amazing thing is, he said that despite a person seeing all around him that death is occurring, and at very close quarters too, like mother, father, relatives, loved ones, somehow he or she does not think, believe or perceive the same fate waits me. I will also die. The mystical covering potency of Maya, one sees but he does not see. Pashyapi na pashyati. So this is the most wonderful, that we see every day someone going in the cremation ground, in the burial ground, but we never think that I also one day will go. And we're making so many plans, but I don't know, maybe after an hour, after a moment, I shall not be here. So this is the most amazing, this is the most wonderful thing. As for who is happy in this world, Yudhishthira Maharaj answered, who has no debts and who stays at home. Debts because they are an unpaid fine already incurred, which will come to get their satisfaction later. We may forget, but they do not. And then even when we are sincere to go above this mortal plane, like sandbags appearing in our balloon basket, they will be sure to keep us down. So, in short, I'm not going to, giving more to about that, our subject today. Who stays at home has the meaning of who does not go out, does not leave their home, which is the heart, the sitting place of the Atma and Paramatma, who keeps themselves in the subjective spiritual plane, in general the plane of Atma-Jnana. So finally the question was, where is the truth? So our subject also like that, there are so many different ideas, different path we see, but what is the real path? Ka patha. This was perhaps the most crucial question of all. It was wonderful that Yudhishthira Maharaj gave such a good answer. Yudhishthira Maharaj was a Kshatriya by birth, but he had the Brahmana love of knowledge and was by nature generally of a peaceful disposition. During their forest exile, he repeatedly had to pacify the fiery Bhim, was all for going straight to Hastinapur and directly finishing Duryodhana and his men. After all, he argued this so-called exile was all based on a false premise and the code was cheating. But Yudhishthira had to honor the agreement as made. Such was his attachment to dharma. Still, as a Kshatriya, his nature also had impelled him to accept the repeated challenge to the dice match. Despite progressively losing his and his brother's kingdom, wealth, wife, everything, despite knowing that the crooked-natured Shakuni was definitely cheating, despite Bhima's anger, Draupadi's harsh and withering words, such, we may say, are ways of fate. Yet, in the forest, Yudhishthira loved to sit at the cottage of the rishis and hear them expound the eternal wisdom of the Vedas. And so, responding to the question, where is the truth? Yudhishthira was able to answer. First, in the negative, say tarka pratishtaha, sir, the truth cannot be ascertained and cannot be understood by argument. Argument may go on for endless time, and that based also not on random speculation, but on the Vedas, the Shrutis themselves, and these various commentaries and opinions of the sages based thereon. The sages of different qualities, backgrounds, and schools of thought will all look from their own perspectives and will give evidence accordingly. And that must be partial at best. Just as if, for example, three men with their different colored glasses, red, yellow, or blue, are looking at something. The first will say, oh, it is red. The second will counter, no, it is yellow. And the third, no, it is blue. This cannot but be, but the truth is nirguna. It is not subject to any such treatment or process and cannot be captured thereby. No amount of argument can bring it out. It is a secret thing, a hidden treasure. It is independent of the intellectual attempt. How can intellect capture spirit? It is not possible. Dharmasya tattam nihitam guhayam. How then? Yudhishthira Maharaj said that you can find the hidden to the truth only in the heart of the devotee of the Lord. Mahajano jana gathasya pantha. Why? Because the Lord himself is living there. He is living truth. Sri Krishna told Narada Rishi in Srimad Bhagavatam, I am not. Where the yogis are meditating, where the charity givers are giving, I am where my devotee is loving me. He is always praising and singing about me, worshipping me, adoring me, heart and soul. Krishna revealed himself to his pure devotee. Ye yatha mang prabhaddante tang bhajimaham. O Arjuna, you can know me as I am because you are my devotee and my friend. And he openly declared that he has no independence from the will of his devotee. As in the case of Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj, aham bhakta paradhina. In fact, he enjoys himself playing within the devotee's heart. Tumar hridaye sada govinda visram. More Vaishnava govinda kahena moro Vaishnava pran. Paran from Prapana of the Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Thakur. So here, so Yudhishthira concludes that if you want to find the truth, you will have to go to the devotee and follow them. Mahajano jana gatasya pantha. This was his answer. And ultimately the lake bird, Jamraj, showed his true form and said, yes, you have answered correctly, and brought the brother to life and bless them all. So this subject, this sloka explained, I like this. And then Mahajano, we have maybe different, but I know if I follow the Mahajan, I think that will be okay. If we have to, so therefore we have come in a temple. We see it is better than our previous ashram, like Guru Maharaj and Guru Varga used to say that the temple, Gaudya Hospital, it is like a hospital. We are getting so many facilities. What I will not get any other places. So in Gaudya Hospital means there is some teachers, and we have to follow a real teacher. So according to, we have to do our practice, sadhana, right? So I understand that. I don't know. Somebody asking, shall I say in Purnima? Or somebody asked me, shall I say in Dadashi or Ekadashi? I say, I don't know. What my Guru Maharaj did, I shall follow this. So according to, so it is not wrong. Maybe some time happening, according to their different acharyas have some realization. So they are going, it's not a big thing according to their realization. It is going on. But there is a, according to the Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari, Madhya Kanishta Adhikari, there is 3 types, same or then thinking are not the same level. So there will be some difference will be there. What a Uttamodhikari can sing or Uttamodhikari can say, a Madhyam or Kanishta will not say like that. He will not think, and according to the time, place, and circumstances, we are presenting our thoughts, and so it may be some different. It will be different. We have to adjust in our. It is not a big things, but we must follow Mahajan. That I understood. One thing, and I not want to take a long time. But another subject that you say about Ras Yatra, Ras Purnima, this subject is little, I mean, like a postgraduate subject, I think, right? Because when I came in the Math, we always say, oh, don't read all these high pastimes of Krishna in 10 canto Bhagavatam, even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many high pastimes are there. Don't read that until we be qualified. So about Krishna's Raj Yatra also, some question is given, and but Shukdev Maharaj told Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj also asked, why ask? It is actually, it is not a problem for Parikshit Maharaj to hear such high pastimes, but I think there is many karmi, yogi, some others listeners there. There may be some doubt why Krishna doing such pastimes. So therefore he asked Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj given answer. But about that, we can see to know Krishna Leela, first it is told that we need Shivanmukhi Jibha, that Krishna Leela is not easy to understand by anyone. Ato Sri Krishna Namadi no bhavet gadyam indriyoi. Krishna Leela is not in our sense, cannot understand until it is. There are many sayings in scriptures to encourage our realization of the holy name in different ways. But Srila Rupa Goswami has given us a central thought. He quotes from the Padma Puran, Ata Sri Krishna Namadi no bhavet grajyam indriyai. Our senses, physical or mental, are ineligible to come in touch with the transcendental. The name is non-material, aprakrita. Krishna's name and lila, all are aprakrita. Aprakrita means non-material, without mundane limitation, Vaikuntha. It belongs to another plane. So nothing about Krishna, his name, form, lila, qualities or pastimes can be touched by our physical or mental senses. But when we have a serving attitude, he comes down to us of his own accord. Only then can our tongue really pronounce the name of Krishna. Otherwise, only the physical sound of the letters of the name can be produced. Our tongue, our hands, physical sound, all these mundane things cannot come in touch with Krishna. Some intervening medium is necessary to connect this body with the supramundane. And that connection is our earnest desire to serve Krishna, to satisfy him. A bulb won't light if there is no electricity. Only when the electrical current is there will the bulb be illumined. So the name may appear on the tongue and the ear, in the mind or in the writing, but we must have a connection from a Vaikuntha to this mundane world. And that connection is devotional service, a functional service, serving attitude. That alone can connect the physical realm with Vaikuntha and Vrindavan. Krishna will appear his own accord. He will descend upon your tongue, and then your tongue will be able to chant the name of Krishna. A gun that has no bullet, but only a blank, may make some sound, but no bullet is actually fired. Similarly, chanting the name of Krishna without an attitude of service produces a sound, but that is the only tongue dip. It is like firing a gun with the blanks instead of bullets. Our chanting of the holy name of Krishna must be surcharged with a serving temperament, the tendency to satisfy Krishna. I'm trying to read this because to know Krishna Lila, we have to know this point of Rupa Goswami. Otherwise, the sound we produce is a bogus. It is only an imitation or a permutation. Holy name cannot be experienced by your senses. It is supramental and transcendental. An ordinary sound of this mundane world cannot be the name of Krishna. Our ear cannot even hear the name if that mediator, the serving attitude, is not there. The earnestness to satisfy Krishna's will must meditate between Krishna and the ear through the mind. Then only will Krishna's name enter our ear and reveal to us his form, qualities, and pastimes. Then only will Krishna's name enter our ear and reveal to us his form, qualities, and pastimes. This is Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti saying. I'm just reading. The holy name is not physical. It is aprakrita, transcendental, supramundane. Only through our service attitude will it come down to this mundane world. Our Guru Maharaj laid the highest, about Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur saying, Guru Maharaj laid the highest stress on developing a serving attitude. Other is all bogus, all imitation. And people will say, oh, there is no Krishna there. This means are all hypocrites. This means are all hypocrites. They are only dancing and making noise. They are not surcharged with the serving spirit. Only through service can we directly come in contact with Krishna. The real point is to practice how to attain the spirit of service, Vaishnava Seva. The Vaishnava is doing service, and we must imbibe from him or her the methods of attaining this service attitude. Under the order of a devotee, we must practice to give ourselves. Self-abnegation and self-dedication are necessary. And that positive thing we will receive from a devotee. If children are given pen and paper in the beginning, it will not be fruitful. So a stone is given, and on the earth they practice writing. So in the beginning, we must try to practice how we can develop serving attitude, dedicating habit. It is our innate wealth, and that is our solace. If we try to develop serving attitude, the pure devotee will help us. It is said that if one is miserly, he or he should at least give some trash to anyone. One says to a miser, at least give some ash to others and practice your hand to give. So the serving spirit is a high thing. We must practice to give ourselves in the service of Krishna. We must not be afraid that we are not attaining the highest form of service in Nam Bhajan, the worship of the holy name. We should not think, why have I been asked to sweep the temple? An ordinary man can do this. We must not be afraid of that. It is necessary for us. It is necessary for us to acquire service attitude, self-giving, selfishness, selflessness, and self-forgetfulness are required. It is said that Socrates is an example of self-forgetfulness and Jesus Christ is an example of self-sacrifice. And for what purpose? For the cause of the Supreme. And for that, we must have a positive connection with a devotee. Under his order, we'll connect with the plane of service. Our energy may go to that transcendental plane only by his grace or mediation. So our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, laid 90% stress on developing a service attitude for preaching. And that should be our aim, whatever our position may be. Simply the external sound of the name is not the real name. The most important thing is the spiritual realization, making the name. That is the real name. Otherwise, a tape recorder can produce the holy name of Krishna. Even a parrot can pronounce the name, but the physical sound is not the thing itself. In the background, there must be spiritual truth, which is conscious. That super knowledge is beyond the knowledge of this mundane plane. This understanding is confirmed by Srila Rupa Goswami in this verse, Atah Sri Krishna Namadi. He says that Krishna name, form, qualities, and eternal associates, everything, pastimes, everything about him is not mundane, but purely spiritual. It cannot be perceived by your gross senses. Simply by vibrating the sound Krishna, our tongues cannot produce Krishna. Our noses cannot catch the transcendental fragrance of his body. Our eyes cannot have a vision of his beautiful figure, which is supramental. This is true not only for our physical senses, but for the mind also. Our minds cannot conceive of Krishna. He is transcendental and supramental. His existence transcends all the knowledge in our position. We cannot be the subject and make Krishna our object. He is the subject. He exists beyond both the Atma and Paramatma. We should never forget that. We should always be mindful of the plane in which he exists. As finite souls, we are Tatashta Jiva, the marginal potency of the Lord. The tiny soul can think and know only those things which are more gross than himself. But in trying to know that which is more subtle than himself, he is helpless. A connection with that higher spiritual realm is the only possible when the higher area wants to bring the lower up into that plane. Therefore, to understand him is possible only through surrender. Shabonmukhi jibhadu sadhu sangi krishnanam. The holy name must be taken with the attitude of service to the saints. Serving means to die, to live, to throw oneself, whole self for the higher existence. Mr. Gandhi risked his whole life to every point of action. His attitude was, whatever I told to others, I am to maintain that throughout the whole of my life. What am I taking the name for? To have some fame as a sadhu? No, that should not be our objective. Karnako Kamini Pratishtha, not for money, not to attract women, and never to attract popularity. Rather, I should be ready to sacrifice myself for whom I am serving, for whom I am taking the name. It is not a limited thing, but a complete surrender. Then the whole thing is guaranteed. My pursuit, my attempt should be backed by my whole energy, whole prospect, and everything. This is the attitude I should have to search for drop of Vaikuntha nectar, otherwise our effort will be useless. Okay, I don't want to take long time. Die to live in sacrifice or Sheva, service. Sheva means death. Sheva means to give one's own self for a particular cause, for Krishna. That is the mad, mundane that is mad, mundane, concocted self should be saved is not a very laudable thing. It is a mortal thing and the depot of many reactions. So one should get rid of this center as soon as possible and enter into the land of confidence, goodness, fameless. Try to enter the land with a sincere and wholesome attitude. Your campaign must be wholesome, not partial. Taking one step forward and 3 steps back, undo. There should be no such hesitation. You are finite and you want to get the advantage of the infinite. You are so small, and do you think that by sacrificing only a part of your smallness, your aspiration for the whole can be fulfilled? Is it reasonable to expect such? No, it is not so easy. Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grajyam indriyoi. If only your superficial senses are engaged in Krishna's cultivation, Krishna cultivation, as if it is nothing, then you cannot produce the name, but only mundane sound. Shivanmukhi ji bhadu swayameva surat adaha. Your tongue can produce mundane sound, but that is not Krishna. For the name to be Krishna, Krishna to come down. Don't self-deceptive think that taking the name I am great sadhu. It is not like that. Krishna has come down to you in the form of sound, and he is spiritual, transcendental. So Shivam Mukhi, or your complete surrender to him will attract him, and he graciously descend to save you by his name in your archana, in performing your duties. At every step, he will come when you are giving yourself to him. Then he will accept you. He will come and embrace you. He will be within you and without you, everywhere. But only those whose eyes are clear and are not captured by any prejudice from selfish and or ordinary things can see him. Those who are not captivated by any prejudice, in whom all the prejudice is cleared, can directly see the highest power, highest principle underlying. So in this way, about Ras Jatra, the topics I seen, then I'm searching and thinking that how we can enter this Krishna's high Leela. So, but there is about only if we are Shavan Mukha, what we understand by this Harikatha of Guru Maharaj. If we surrender fully, then we can we shall be things will, but by our physical or material sense understand Krishna and Krishna's high pastimes. So therefore it is a question, don't but some question always come, and we also heard that why Krishna, you are all here devotees, I believe, and about our Guru Varga told that Brajamandal, Vrindavan Dham is the highest because it is here that the Lord performs his Ras Leela pastimes. The Ras Leela pastime is the highest, and here the Lord, for the sake of giving pleasure for his devotees, he manifests himself in many forms. No one can do. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and he can do only, and he has that power. He manifests himself in many forms. He is the Shaktiman, or the energetic principle, and the source of energy. Therefore, the source of energy and the energy are non-different. Krishna, being Atmaram, is actually playing with his own, because Lord Balaram expanded into all the shakhas, and Gopas and Srimati Radharani, Ladhini Shakti expanded into all the different shakhis. Atmarama means being completely satisfied in the self. So Krishna is actually playing with himself, because the energy and the energetic principle, he himself are non-different. Just as eyes are looking, one cannot separate the eyes from the person himself, or what you are looking at cannot be also separated. This is all one, although it goes out of the eye. So similarly, Krishna and his expansions are his expansion, transformation of his energy. Therefore, it is he who is playing with himself, his expansions. Vrindavan is the place of the Rasa Leela, and this Rasa Leela is the paramount Leela of Krishna, where he expands himself and gives pleasure to all the gopis. But in the material world, such acts are very reprehensible, because here everything is a perverted form, a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Krishna gives instruction through all his pastimes. So in this way, some things that I don't want to take, trying to finish now, in about Ras Leela, the main sloka, what Shukdev Maharaj answered when Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know. Then he told, Vikritam Braja Bodhuviridam cha Vishnu Sadhanita Anusunayat Atho Varnayat Ya Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabho Kamam Ridrogam Asya Apahinat Ochirana Dhiro. One who hears with firm faith the supramundane amorous appears the Lord, Krishna and the gopis, as described by a pure devotee of the Lord, soon becomes freed from the mundane lust and achieves divine love of Krishna. This is the meaning of the sloka. So here is two, what is very important. We have to know that that is called Sadhanito. Oh, it is for whom? It is for only Shraddhanito. Therefore, I told about the Shabanmukhi. Who is Shabanmukha? He is Shraddhanita. It is not for all. This Krishna is not for all. This only for Shraddhanitam. It will, and another word is Dhira. Shraddhanitam is faithful, who has love and devotion for Krishna, and who is sober, Dhira, and whose mundane lust has gone. He is Dhira, only for them. We heard even Vrindavan is not for all. Vrindavan stay only those who control their senses. This is, I heard. So that Vrindavan means Krishna is playing there, Krishna is enjoying there. And who can be there? Only who control their senses, they be here. So in this Krishna Leela is for them only, those who are Shabanmukha, those who are Shraddhanita, and those who are Dhira. And they, for them, but now they will freed, if they hear, freed from mundane lust. But again the question coming, who has no mundane enjoyment, desire, he like a Madhyamadikari maybe, but still maybe some desire may be there, and only for them that if they hear such things, but not for the ordinary or common ordinary sadhaka. They are in the beginner, they cannot, they don't try, then it will be dangerous. Like Shukdev Maharaj told another shloka, and he described that poison only can be digested by Shivji Maharaj. When poison came, Shivji Maharaj was necessary, that he can digest, he can easily can took that poison and nothing happened. But if any other demigods, they cannot. They are unable to do that. So by this shloka, he say that only those who are qualified, who has the adhikar to go to that lila, only is for them. Like Raya Ramananda, Guru Maharaj said, it's only for Raya Ramananda, it's okay. But everyone is not a Raya Ramananda. So in this way, but if we have any day that Shraddha, and then, or we can sober, then we can understand this. And so I not want to take more. I want to say here, Vancha Kalpatar Bhasya, Kripa Sindhuyavacha, Patitanang Pavanibho, Vaishnavibho Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. My pranam to all of you. Hari Bol, Dandavat.